All right, so you're thinking about making a move to Tacoma, and you keep hearing everybody talk about this place, University Place. But if you're not from here, you probably have no idea what University Place is. Is it a town around the University of Washington? Does it even have a university? Good for kids? Do they have great schools? Well, in this video, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about living in University Place, Washington. We're going to hop into Google Maps and I'm going to walk you through the town step by step and show you everything that you need to know. And we're getting after it right now. Hey, Chris, myself, and our team, we're getting phone calls, texts, and emails every single day from people just like you looking to make their move out to the greater Seattle-Tacoma area, and we absolutely love it. Now, listen, whether you're looking at making your move in the next 3 days or the next 3 months, it doesn't matter to us. Shoot us a phone call, text, or an email so we can help you make that smooth move out to Seattle-Tacoma. And if you want to know everything going on in our local market, hit that subscribe button. And if you never want to miss another video because you love seeing me, ding that little bell. All right, let's quit procrastinating. Into Google Maps we go. All right, well, here we go. So today our main focus is going to be on University Place, Washington. Now, if you've been looking at Tacoma at all, and you're looking at moving here, chances are you've probably heard about University Place. And a couple of reasons that town comes up so often is for 3 reasons. One, it's right on the water. It's about as far west as you can go. Number 2, it has the best schools in Pierce County, according to niche.com. And I mean, pretty much virtually any website you're going to take a look at. And number 3, it's close to a couple big golf courses. So let's go ahead and take a dive right in. So here you can see University Place. You can see its borders. So it sits just south of Tacoma. Out to the west, you have the Puget Sound. Out to the east, you have kind of a little bit more of a rural setting. And then southeast, you're going to run into Joint Base Lewis McChord. So University Place, here's its border. So obviously, running along the west side is just basically going to be the Puget Sound, right? So that's just going to be water on that end, not much you could do. Also bordered along the south end by Chambers Creek. So again, you got water there. And then kind of up just Orchard on this end, and then bordered by Fircrest. And for the most part, 19th up here. So it kind of gives you that nice big square of how this area is really laid out. Now, in proximity to other areas, I think it's really important that we look at where University Place sits compared to places that you really might be, needing to go on a daily basis. So when you're looking at UP, one demographic that really moves into UP a lot is going to be our soldiers, our people coming into Joint Base Lewis McChord. So coming into from UP, you can really get there taking 16 and then taking I-5 south. Now, getting here into the base, I'm going to say typically is going to take you about 25 to 30 minutes, even though it doesn't seem like it's really all that far. Coming in kind of the same way, getting into Tacoma, you're looking at about 15 to 20 minutes. Now, this is a much shorter drive, but you're going to experience more and more traffic when you make these moves. One thing I will tell you is down here is 512. So if you're planning on, let's say, maybe going to Puyallup, or you're wanting to go play on Lake Tapps during the summer, get on the boat. If you're not wanting to go to, American Lake, Lake Steilacoom, or, be out here in the Sound, this road right here, 512, a lot of times it ends up being just a straight up parking lot. I get more frustrated driving on the 512 than I really do going anywhere else or on any other road, even with the major construction that you're going to see as you're pushing your way into Seattle or even through Tacoma. Just this road never seems to move appropriately. Now, going up north happens quite a bit also, right? We got to get up to Seattle. So If you're driving out to Seattle, basically going to hit I-5 and go straight up. This is going to be about 55 minutes into downtown. Now, construction or the day of time can also, throw that off a little bit. This is pretty much the way that you're going to want to get up to Seattle. So again, think somewhere between 50 minutes to maybe an hour and a half, depending on the day. There is another option. You can also go up here by crossing over to 18, hitting Highway 167, coming up, and then right as you're getting about to Renton, cross over 518 and go on up to Seattle through I-5. Some people like this route. Here's what I will tell you. I-5 has more lanes, and it does tend to move quicker than using 167. Living where I live on the east side of Tacoma, I end up having to use 167 a little bit more often. And it can be a really big pain in the butt, especially if there's an accident or any type of congestion or any type of construction. And there are several phases of construction going on 167. So that could be something that in the future you're going to end up dealing with. So for the most part, check I-5. You're traveling for work, Seattle-Tacoma International Airport is going to be a popular place that you're going to need to make. So heading up 16 and then I-5 again to 518 and down into SeaTac. It's going to take you approximately 50 minutes to get to the airport. Now, what I will tell you is once you get to the airport, you're going to want to give yourself plenty of time to get where you're going inside of the airport. My dad always had the rule of give yourself 2 hours. That way you never miss your flight. And the way SeaTac is going, 2-3 years ago, I don't think we really needed to give ourselves that amount of time. But now definitely arrive about 2 hours early. And parking at SeaTac is pretty crazy. So if you can have someone drop you off, I highly recommend it. Elena and I took a trip out to San Antonio about 2 years ago.
You have often heard me sigh when it's time to tell you goodbye. You have.
And when we did, we actually left my Challenger at the airport. And when we got back, we had a bill for about $245. So I can only imagine it's gotten worse since then. Since one of the things University Place is known for is golf, let's go ahead and take a look at Chambers Bay Golf Course. So we'll start on our map kind of looking south. So as you can see, this entire area right here is Chambers Bay Golf Course. So this golf course right here is a links style golf course. It is beautiful. It was host to the US Open back in 2015. There have been some stipulations on whether or not it's going to get something like the PGA tournament in 2036, as that's still open. But as of right now, nothing else is booked super high on that range. So the Chambers Bay Golf Course, like I said, link style, based off of the old Scottish style golf courses. It was designed by an Irishman, so it has that real, genuine, Irish Scottish feel to it. It does have an old quarry in it. And as far as playing here, it's not too bad. If you're wanting to play all of the holes and you're a local resident, you're looking at about $130 for the day for two of you to go out and play. Now, if you're not a resident of Pierce County, it's going to cost you about $185 at the time that we're filming this. Inflation has sucked, so God knows. You might be watching this 2 years from now and it could be $300. Who the hell knows? And you can also join the golf course as a member, and that cuts you down to about $110. Now, down here, you have the Environmental Services Building. I just did a course at this building, and it was absolutely beautiful. It has this great overlook of this entire area. And you can really see, like coming from here, you can just look down over this big hill. You have views of the golf course. You have views of the sound. It is really pretty. So if you ever a chance to take a class up there or anything for work or rent it out, that's a great place to go. Zooming in just a little bit here. we can see a little bit more of the park. So on the other side of the golf course, we also have a really beautiful park. Here in University Place, there is a great off-the-leash dog park right here. You'll see a lot of people come out, walk their dogs, they'll park, and they'll just walk this loop. I mean, you see people walking this loop all day, all night. Basically, anybody who moves here from out of the area, they find this place and they jump on it, and it becomes a favorite. Whether they're living in University Place, Fircrest, Puyallup, Bonnie Lake, this seems to be a place that people really love to go, and my wife is no exception to this. This park right here at Sunset, this is a date in and of itself. Hear me out, gents. Ladies, plug your ears. Grab a blanket, pack yourself some sandwiches, put your girl in the car, drive down to this park, okay? Listen, lay your blanket out, have a picnic, and watch this sunset. Check out how beautiful this looks. There you go, some free brownie points for you. Down here, you do have the Chambers Bay Beach. This is a nice little beach area, goes right out into the sound, so you can check that out. I don't really ever see anybody in the water there by any means. The sound is super cold, but I guess if you wanted to, you could. You have the Chambers Creek Bridge. This bridge comes off the ground, goes up, wraps around, and then goes down by the water. And right here at the end, you can put a love lock on the bridge. Super cute. Les and Greg, who I just moved in from Orlando, they told me they've put theirs on there. And the neat thing too is there's a train that will run through here every so often, so you can get some really nice views. All right, heading out of the park, we're just going to go a little bit to the east. Take a pop right here. So University Place has one of the top school districts in the entire area, but this place right here, this Charles Wright Academy, is one of the most popular private schools overall in all of Pierce County. Take a look at it here. You can really see where it comes from. So you see the campus, stunning. This goes, K through 12. It's co-ed. It's on a 107-acre campus. Just beautiful. And these academics, right? Look at this. A student-to-teacher ratio of 6 to 1. 6 to 1. There's no place where your kid's going to get that type of one-on-one education. They also have amazing athletics. Over 70% of the kids at this school are involved in athletics. So promoting a much healthier lifestyle for our young people. Absolutely amazing. All right, if you're living on the south end of UP, you do have yourself a little Fred Meyer right here that you can go in with a US Bank. There's kind of grocery stores spread all throughout this city, really, which makes it very nice. Folks, if y'all see this Ladybug Coffee, I've got to warn you now. Ladybug Coffee is a lingerie-ish coffee shop. I was told by one of our clients coming in from LA that he experienced topless coffee at Ladybug. So if you're going out and you're wanting to get a cup of coffee, you want to make sure you know what you're getting yourselves into. Headed over back east, you're going to land on Chambers Primary School. Again, I've mentioned a couple times the schools here are very important, and they're a big reason why so many people choose to call University Place home. So I thought it'd be a good idea for us to just take a peek at this school, see what is making it stand out so much. So as you can see here, this is niche.com. Now you can do your own research on schools. I cannot steer you in any way, but University Place schools, they're rated overall as an A, with an A in academics, teachers, diversity, college prep. It's pretty amazing. 18 to 1 ratio as far as students, teachers, that's one of the lowest. Ranked number 7 in overall best school districts throughout the entire state of Washington. And here you can kind of see some of the placement of the schools here in UP. I'll actually have a link for this niche.com link in the video description below. All right, here at the top, you have Playground by the Sound. Now, this is a really cool spot to take your kiddos. If you have young kids, this is definitely the playground that you're going to want to hit up. Okay. Listen, it's a cute little area. There's a great walking path, as you can kind of see through here, out into the woods. You have views of the water, you have views of the golf course. It is a really great backdrop. And some of these little guys, they like to play longer than we maybe necessarily want to sit there and deal with it. So if we could at least have a beautiful backdrop, then hey, that is a plus, right? Speaking of parks, just heading up a little bit north, you have the Curran Apple Orchard Park. So this is a cute little park full of apple trees. You see a lot of people out here taking photos, trying to snag an apple. It's a cute little park. Be sure you check that one out for sure. As we head over to the east from here, you're going to see this Trader Joe's Safeway complex. This is off 40th and Bridgeway. And as we really zoom in, you're going to see a few things built into here. So you have a Safeway, which is a great grocery store out here. Super awesome. You have a dentist. You also have a Trader Joe's, super popular. My wife loves going out to Trader Joe's up here. It's one of her absolutely favorite spots. It does have a McDonald's and a Starbucks and a Jack in the Box. So you have a few little restaurants right here that you can work with. And then just across the way, you have this little shopping mall right here. And this has a Subway, a Cleaners, and then our friend Sierra opened a Hotworks studio here. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Hotworks, but what Hotworks is, it's basically like this little box. You kind of trap yourself in a box and they play a video and you work out and it's hot. And Elena actually drives all the way from our house out to University Place to use this Hotworks studio. So if that's something that you're kind of interested in for fitness, let me know. I'll be happy to connect you with Sierra so you can, make that connection and hopefully find some place that works for you to work out. Or if we head just a little bit north of this area, there's a really adorable, cute little downtown. Now, one of the big advantages to this area is you do have great parking that is right here. So no matter where you're coming to this little place, you've got some place to park. There's a bunch of different little restaurants all through here, all around this place. We'll show you some video of kind of, flying around. The University Place Public Library is right here. It's actually really big and they have a lot of really good community-centered programs. So, if you've got kiddos, as a dad, I'm always looking for stuff that I can do with the kids. The library here does a really good job of facilitating things to do. Obviously, you got yourself a Jersey Mike's. And then here at Whole Foods, there's also a sick little pizza place right here, okay? So if you want pizza by the slice, hit it up. It's inside. Now, one more thing in this area. There is a little coffee shop called Happy Duo. They have a fantastic iced caramel macchiato. They got some great cookies, things along those lines. So if you like coffee, this is a spot that you got to check out. There is also a Orange Theory Fitness and a Pilates studio here. So as you can tell, the culture of University Place between golf, all of the parks, all of the trails, a lot of different options for fitness, you can tell that people here are probably more healthy than the majority of our country. And to me, that's a really appealing quality. University Place does border the Fircrest golf course. Now, of course, this is going to be outside of UP, so we'll save that for when we do our video of Fircrest. But you're close to that second major golf course as well, being right here in University Place. University Place does have its own urgent care, so that is an option. If you're not wanting to have to necessarily drive into Tacoma to visit the hospital, let's say you have just a small injury or something minimal like that, you do have an urgent care that you can take advantage of. You do have a Walgreens right there. So pick up your medicines, things like that. Right here off of 27th, there's going to be a lot of little places that you can go and eat. You got your Cheers Bar and Grill. You've got Cutter's Point Coffee Company. I mean, going down this, there's just all kinds of stuff to eat, stop by, check out, including Lefty's Burger Shack. Now, this is probably one of my favorite cheeseburgers overall, really. I think probably in the greater Tacoma area, like overall. This burger joint, it's a walk-up place. You grab your burger, you grab your fries. There's not a ton of options. They have amazing shakes. But if you really think about it, it's kind of like that old school walk-up diner style restaurant. So it is super fun. You're going to make sure you're going to check it out. If you're a burger fan and you're in the area, even if we're shopping for a home in a different area, this is a spot you need to look at. You need to go try. We're going to creep over here to Days Island. So Days Island is a small little island that has like two main streets, but it has some of the most beautiful homes layered kind of on a hill on the island that really give you beautiful views both of town on one side and the Puget Sound on the other. These homes are obviously going to be really quite expensive. On the south end of the island here, these homes basically have views both out this way and this way. So these homes sit, well over $1 million. Absolutely adorable. And as you move through the island, like I said, there's only a couple of streets here. There is the Day Island Yacht Harbor here at the end, so you can park your yacht. If you're looking at spending over $1 million on your house, it could be very easy for you to think, hey, if I'm going to live in this space, I probably ought to have a boat of some sort. And this is a great place to lay that up. I think this would be a super cool place to live personally. You're not going to see a lot of stuff come on the market here, but this area is, honestly, it's pretty badass. And as we come back, you can see we're kind of creasing that 19th Street top of University Place. Last thing I'm going to point out is Al's Hot Chicken is out here. Al's Hot Chicken's a new restaurant. It's really good. Chicken's pretty damn expensive, but that is what it is. You're also really close to Chick-fil-A right over here in Furcrest. So you just got to leave the area and bam, you have your Chick-fil-A. I think that's like a really important thing to have. All right, well, there you have it. That is everything you need to know about living in University Place, Washington. I hope that helps you learn a little bit more about the area. Look, if you're looking at making your move out to Seattle and Tacoma, we don't care if it's the next 3 days, the next 3 months. Shoot us a phone call, text, or an email so we can help make that smooth move out here. And until next time, I cannot wait till you're out here so we can show you around.